You know, one of the things I've said since the beginning of the Deshaun Watson era in Cleveland, and one thing that's continued to show itself to be true, is that it is real easy for people to let their feelings about Deshaun Watson goat them into saying really dumb things about what he does on the football field, or what they perceive he doesn't do on the football field. And sometimes it's not really even the feelings that they personally have towards Deshaun Watson. It's more about how they felt about the other quarterback and him getting moved out. And it's kind of this like, you're not my real dad kind of situation here, right? Like, it kind of feels like to some people, they see Deshaun Watson as a stepdad they never asked for, and they be reacting to him like a child reacts to a stepdad that they didn't ask for. Like, it's really weird what we have going on here. But one of the things I said was, hey, you got to watch the games, one. And two, even if you don't like Deshaun Watson, do not let your thirstiness for him not to succeed walk you into sounding like an idiot. Unfortunately for those people who did not listen to me, there are a lot of people willing to make themselves sound like an idiot. And this is where I say, I think I brought this up in another conversation, was people think that this thing called like unbiasedness exists. It really doesn't. Everybody has a point of view that they view things through. Everybody has personal feelings and opinions towards things. We value, or we overvalue the ideal, this idealized version of unbiasedness, even within people in the media, when we know it doesn't exist, because everybody has their own personal biases that they see through the lens of. The difference between me and somebody who's going to tell you that they're unbiased is, I'm going to tell you up front, I'm a Browns fan. I want the Browns to be a very good football team. And with that, I might see things more optimistically than others. But I'm also not going to lie about what I feel and see about this team. And that's been proven over the last 5 years that I have been doing this, is that I don't lie about what I see. When I like something, I say I like it. When I don't like something, I say I don't like it, even if it's a player I liked. I'm not going to say, oh, I like Baker Mayfield as a person, so I'm going to lie about his play. That's not how it is. When he played good, I told it. When he didn't, I told it. And that is an ability to be fair over everything, right? Put everything I feel aside and let me be fair about what I'm actually seeing on the football field, because that's what I love to do. Some people do this for other reasons. Some people don't do that, period. That's not me. And I think that's proven to be me, because throughout this whole situation, I think I have proven that I can be fair about this. And with Deshaun, especially with these film reviews, I think I've been pretty fair. So what I'm going to do this week is go through his game. We're going to talk about the first half, and honestly, the first half more than the second half, because we all saw the good stuff that he did in the second half, right? But the first half, we have to answer the question of, why did it start so slow? Why did he look kind of sluggish? What's going on? Is there a problem there? And then also look at the second half and see if these things are going to last as long as we hope, and be at the level that we hope it to be, right? Like, there's still questions to answer here. So let's get into it. We're going to do this film review. I'm excited to do it. Let's jump. All right, so this play right here with Deshaun, right? This is, I think, one of the first few plays of the game. Is one where, you know, I've said this a couple times about him throughout the year. Sometimes he just doesn't pull the trigger when he should, right? Right here, drop, and then he just doesn't pull the trigger here. And what I want him to do, right when he gets to about, honestly, when does he get to the top of his drop? Because he's here for a while, right? And I know he gets pressure, but it's no excuse not to get this ball out, right? So he's in pistol. It's a 3-step drop. 1, 2, 3, hitch. All right, now he's set. What they're trying to do is basically hit this quick slant. They do it all the time. They want this linebacker to move over here, and there's going to be a quick window right when he hits his cut right here. And for Deshaun to hit that window, he needs to throw the ball about right now, right? So it's right there, right? He doesn't have enough time to react. He doesn't have enough time to crash down. You get an easy first down. The ball should be out but for whatever reason, he kind of hesitates, and then he gets the pump fake out real late. I mean, by the time he gets the pump fake out, not only is Peoples-Jones already deep into his cut, but he's about to run into the second. He's about to run into a wall here, right? So there's two windows for this play, the quick window and the long window. He's not going to have time to get to that second window, and he's almost out of this first window. So now he's just late, right? And he realizes he was late, and he has to kind of just throw it away. But, you know, he's been late a couple of times here, right? If we look at this, is this a tight view of it? Yeah. Yeah, he has the window right here. You can see the window's clear here too. So that's why you got to look at the tight view. He not only has the window, he has the passing lane. I don't know if it was trust or something threw him off, but he normally makes that throw, and he's got to make that throw in that situation. But he just didn't trust it, waited too long. You can see by the time he's ready to get that ball off, he realizes by the time he starts his throwing motion, now you late. Like, now you're way too late. You're going to throw into that linebacker if you try to throw this. So he does a good job of avoiding that, but he should have never been in that position to begin with. He should have just got rid of the ball at the top of his drop and just trusted it. So that's part of him trusting the offense that he's not there yet with, right? With some of this stuff, he does it well. Sometimes he doesn't. He should be at like 80, 90% on that kind of stuff when he's back to normal, trusting the offense. That shouldn't be something that, like, you know, every 40% of the time that he's late on. But that's what it's been like since he's come back. So that's got to improve over the offseason. This one again, late. Makes this ball easy to break up. And you can say, okay, well, David Njoku should have caught this, and that's kind of right. But again, with this slant, it's the same concept. It's the exact same concept. Ball should be on its way to Njoku right now. It's slightly late, and when you throw it slightly late, it gets a little bit behind David. That allows that DB to back up to get in there. And you can see this ball is behind David because you can see him turning towards his inside shoulder to catch it. And if Deshaun just throws that ball in time, that's a catch. We're going to see it from the tight view here too, right? It's late, and then it goes inside because it's late, and it's a wobbler. Just bad execution by Deshaun right there. This one is the 4th and goal run play, and, you know, same story, late, right? We're going to see this better from the tight. But if this is a direct snap, he shouldn't be hesitating, right? But it's kind of not. This might be on Kevin because there's too much shit going on with this play call too, right? Where, you know, Deshaun gets the ball, and there are legitimate routes being ran here, right? But this is a design run. The way you could tell it's a design run is because they stack this guy, and then he turns him. They're creating a lane here for him to run through. But I think they're trying to make this like this is them playing Battleship by themselves, right? Where, hey, if you're going to call a design run, call a design run. But instead, you want to call a design run with the fade option, with some outs here, you know, to draw some guys out to make it look like a pass. And then you even want to do a little bit of a play action kind of deal where he's going to, a draw deal where he's going to act like he's going to throw. You know, I don't love that. And what ends up happening here is that he misses, since he has to kind of sell the pass. He misses his window to run. It gets clogged up, and then he has to cut around it, and then there's no space. But I will say, though, you can keep an element of this play call. And that is, hey, if you're going to get this look in 3rd and 5, well, not 3rd and 5, but if you're going to get this look in goal and 5 and under, this fade to David Bell might be there. Because watch David Bell here. Watch him. So you might want to do a draw fake fade instead of a draw to run. You might want to do a draw to fade, right? So fake a draw, make it look like a draw, but then make it a fade because look, David just clean wins this route, and that would have been a touchdown. We're going to see from the tight angle exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the run was there. All right, so again, if this is a direct snap, he's in there. But instead, he has to kind of get to the top of his drop, and you see what happens. By the time he takes those extra couple of steps and gets downhill, because he's trying to sell the fade, the play's gone. So one note for Deshaun is you got to make your decision pre-snap with that play. You know, are you going to throw this? Do you like the look for the one-on-one, or are you going to run it? And then if this was a design draw from Kevin, you got to take the draw element out, make it a pre-snap, and make it kind of like an RPO kind of deal, right? Where the read's done before the ball is snapped, and you just got to go one way or the other because you just don't got the time. So that's the adjustment that they're probably going to make to that play going forward. Because that play does have potential. It just needs it needs to have the screws tightened on it, right? All right, there were plays like this where, you know, stuff was there, but Deron Payne or somebody got in the way. You know, this is one where, boy, he has David Bell here. He splits his cover 3. It's exactly what you want. David Bell's on the seam, right? And if Deshaun was able to get to the top of his drop, set, and throw, which he's almost about to do, he has a nice little window here to hit David Bell on the seam. That's a big play. It's a big play. And on a 3rd and 20, that might be a first down. But instead, Deron Payne makes this 3rd and forever. So that's just one where good defense took it away. Happens. You can see just Posick just gets ran through by Deron Payne. And ain't nothing you do there. Everybody else blocked well. Just Posick lost his battle. This one here is another example of just being a little late in the first half, right? I don't know why this keeps happening in this offense, and I think this might be a Drew Pexing, Kevin thing, and maybe they have a reason for this that I don't understand. But this corner is always here. Like, this corner, I've been talking about this goddamn corner route since Jacoby Brissett was here. But in the red zone, they run this corner with David Njoku all the time. It's always there. They never throw it. They never throw it. And I think what happened here was he got off of David for whatever reason, but this is he's sitting, he's squatting. You got what you want. He's in the inside hat. Like, you got what you want here. David's running away from everybody here. This dude's waiting to see what Kareem Hunt does, and so is he. So you caught him double stacking on Kareem. Well, not double stacking. That's not a thing. But both watching Kareem Hunt. But instead, he comes off of him, and I think he goes to Coop, who is running this kind of like out. And yeah, Coop's running this delayed route, and it's there, but he's late to it, or the pocket gets collapsed before he can get it. But man, every time, dog, this corner is there. This corner route is there. Every time you just put that ball right here, this window, it's a touchdown. They got to throw it eventually. Like, one day they're going to throw it, and I'm going to stop complaining about it. But this corner from the slot in the red zone, from like 12 yards of depth, 12 to 15 yards of depth, it's always there, man. It's always there. They never throw it. They never throw it. Coop's here, too, in this window. This is another one where, you know, look, I know a pressure got in the way. And that's what it's going to look like when we watch it on TV, is that, hey, the pressure got in the way and stopped that. But it should have never came to that. It really shouldn't have. Honestly, he should have saw the 2, threw the corner to David Njoku pretty immediately, right? So 1, 2, is he set? Is he set? He's about set right here, right? He's just doing that ball should be out now. But instead of throwing it, he comes off. And even if you come on to Coop, you got to make the decision quick to throw it to Coop, because you could get Coop right here if you just get rid of the ball right here. Instead, he holds on to the ball just a bit too long. Doesn't get the ball out. And this is something Deshaun does. He does hold on to the ball sometimes. So he held on to the ball too long, loses both those. Well, doesn't lose David, but he does lose Coop here. And then the pressure gets to him. And then now he's completely lost David and he's completely lost Coop. And there's nothing here. That's on Deshaun. This play, we're doing an orbit screen. Yeah, this is one where I think this is on Chubb. Because this play is designed for Chubb. I think Chubb didn't get deep enough. So Chubb's right here. He runs this out here. I think Chubb was supposed to get a little bit closer to out here. A couple more yards of depth. Because I don't think that was a good, like, they're trying to hit this window right here, this passing window to get the ball to Chubb here. So Chubb can run around this block from Coop, and then maybe, either this guy gets him or the safety gets him, but you could get like 10, 15 yards that way. Instead, what happens here is that Chubb kind of runs this shallow. He actually runs into the wall of this passing lane, so he's not able to be seen. Can't get the ball to him in a good way because you want to get this ball to Chubb low. That's how he likes to catch it. You don't want to throw him anything high because he never catches anything high. This is just Chubb's not a great receiver. He's got to get better at this part of his game, and he probably will in the offseason, but that was probably a bad route here. That's my theory. That could be wrong, though. This one right here, Jed just gets beat inside. Deshaun does a good job of keeping this play alive. And unlike the last one, this one is one where, like, this is completely not on Deshaun, right? Like, that happens way too fast for him to really make a coherent read. He's about to throw this thing to Coop on time when he's supposed to, right? That thing's coming to Coop right here, and it's a touchdown if he gets it off. Like, Coop's running this. Inside, that was an ugly arrow. My bad, y'all. But Coop's running this inside post. It's there. He has it off in time. And that's at least that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown for Amari Cooper. That is a touchdown. He has the window and everything. But unfortunately, Jet Wills gets beat inside. It happens. The Commanders have a very good defensive line. And this play gets blown up. And then you can see Coop kind of stops running his route because he thinks he's sacked and he never gets back into this play. Coop's got to keep running. Coop's got to play through the whistle. And then Kareem Hunt and Michael Woods got to have a better understanding of where each other are because they're about to run into each other. One should stay short, one should stay low. Well, one should stay high, one should stay low. They got to adjust to that. It's an incredible play by Watson to stay on his feet because, again, it's there. Yeah, it's there. He's about to get it. That's a touchdown. Can't get the ball off, unfortunately. And then Coop stops running his route, and then both Michael Woods actually, I think, did a fine job in the scramble drill. I think Kareem Hunt just wasn't aware of where Michael Woods was. He has to be more aware. Incredible pocket awareness is what I want to highlight here from Deshaun. Like, man, his pocket awareness, it's a gift and a curse at times. It's a gift because he's great pocket awareness, but he has such good pocket awareness that he holds the ball on longer than he should sometimes, right? But this is just great pocket movement stuff. Just like Sixth Sensian. Look at this. This is old school. Like, it's almost like watching Brady maneuver the pocket, the way he just kind of slides, smooth steps, hops, and then gets an accurate ball off. Incredible pocket awareness. Now, this is the one play everybody was like memeing about where he gets out of one sack, runs over to the other side, cuts, and then, what I think happens here is, well, actually, let's go back to the play. Because I think there were multiple, if this pass rush never happens, right? And yeah, this just everybody got beat. So Jed passes off Montez Sweat inside to Joe Batonio, and then Joe is going to hand off Deron Payne to Jed. But Joe is late to realize that's what's happening. And honestly, Jed's not in good position either. So this is just a botched handoff here between both the guard and the left tackle, which allows both players to come through. Oh, actually, Jed does a good job of holding down Montez Sweat. But Deron Payne comes through because he just gets to slip by in the angle. There's not really much you can do there. Kareem Hunt, for whatever reason, instead of like holding his ground and blocking, slips out for a freaking route here, which I guess if that's what they're coaching you to do, you do it. But like, how is Deshaun going to get you the ball here, dog? I don't know. Maybe Stump Mitchell. I'm gonna trust Stump Mitchell. He coached him to do that. But like, what is the point of you being in pass protection here? If you're just gonna run the route right there, like we could be mad at Jed and Joel, but like, why did he run the route? That has to be explained better. Okay, but he runs the route. Okay, but he doesn't get sacked. Unfortunately, he falls on the side that Kareem was on, so this route that Kareem ran was completely useless. I can see where it could have been productive if you're like, yeah, I know he's going to break the tackle. It's just bad. All right, so there's that. Okay, the protection was a mess, sure. And we'll see that again when we get into the tight angle. But I think Coop won his route at the bottom of your screen. Yeah, so... man, if Kareem just holds him for a goddamn second, it's there. It really is. Coop is wide open, right? They forgot about him. They're deep in this cover two. They're all the way over, worried about the whole shot, worried about him coming underneath, worried about this. Got an extra man here doing nothing. So this is one-on-one. He's squatting, no help. Kareem, oh, that's there. That's there. If Kareem just holds him a little bit, we're not even talking about a missed sack situation. But there was one window to win there. Unfortunately, by the time he gets done just getting rid of Deron Payne casually, which is pretty impressive, he rolls out. There's not really anybody there. Only guy there is Michael Woods. And then I think he almost attempts to do something demon-like, which is he thinks he's going to set – I think he was thinking, I'm going to set my feet and either throw this thing to Kareem Hunt or throw that thing up to Michael Woods, which would have been a Pat Mahomes play. Right? Because right here, I think he was about to do that. And then the ball, his arm got hit by somebody. He decided to bring it back in. But we'll see here, this botch handoff, right? So they're trying to do a cross. You're trying to just maintain position. Kareem Hunt has it crossed right across his face, decides not to help, slip out, do a route. I don't know about that. Deshaun just completely just gets rid of Okada. And then, yeah, look here. He was about to throw that thing, and then he just felt somebody touch him. So he decided to just get rid of it to the closest guy he could see, and that was Jack Conklin. This one right here. Oh, no. Is this the same play? No. This is a different play. Oh, yeah. This is what I want to talk about with this. Okay. Now, it's incredible that he's made all these plays and that, like, he does something like this, and I can't tell which play it is. That's all good and all. But what I want to talk about is, tell me if I'm tripping. Maybe Watson was never as fast as I'm imagining in my head. It does feel like he has a problem getting to his second gear right now. So he shakes this one, right? And he gets here. And you just expect him to hit that second gear right here and take off and look at all this green grass in front of him. But he never hits that second gear. And this isn't the only example where I could show you where he doesn't hit the second gear. And this might be a little rust, right, on him not hitting his second gear, where he's just not used to sprinting full speed yet because he still doesn't do it a ton. And maybe he doesn't want to have a soft tissue injury or something like that. I don't know. But, like, here's it again. where he's going to run. And this is like, I don't know, man. It just seems to me like he can't get out of his first gear and get to his second gear, right? Like, I don't remember him getting chased down this much. Maybe he's just older. He's 27 though. He shouldn't be slow. But like right here, he usually hits a second gear here, and like, he would get that first down a little bit more clear. Like, he doesn't look unathletic. He looks still like a very mobile quarterback, but he doesn't look like one of these guys where you're like, hey, you're going to run him in the RPO a ton. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe he was never that fast. But even on this play where he gets a ton of yards, you're kind of expecting him right here to hit that second gear and just try to get past some of these guys, but instead he kind of gears down and shifts. Like, I wonder if he's having a trouble consistently getting to a second gear running wise, and he doesn't trust it. Because that's 3 runs where I'm like, he looked like he wasn't hitting his second gear. Second half, he was much more decisive and quicker with the football, so things were coming out. His feet were much cleaner. You know what I mean? Like, you see your top throw, not late, gets it to Coop, and then Coop's able to run with it. So good throw, good catch, good play. Less of being late, more of being on time. That's really the thing with Deshaun. Is like, he just needs to focus on getting on time more, focus on being quicker with the football, making quicker decisions, and trusting things a little bit more. Once he gets there, he'll be unstoppable. Great play by Coop. Here, gets to the top, makes his decision, throws it, boom, on time, good throw. Yeah, when he does that, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. When he doesn't, he looks very sloppy, right? But here's tops, drop, throws it. Beautiful ball. Same thing here out of empty. I think this is a second and forever, and just hits this ball perfectly on the David Njoku. Again, look, he looks like a completely different dude when he's just trusting it and on time. In rhythm, he's a completely different dude. He needs to find ways to get himself on the rhythm a little bit quicker. Can't take himself a whole half. Gets a touchdown here again, on rhythm, on time, not missing a window. And the team has to do a better job of protecting him so he can get to these windows and trust it. But, yeah, man. Anybody trying to tell you this was a bad game is just goofy. Right? Top, step, find an open man. They're in 3. You ran a 3-beater. Great play call. Throw the 3-beater. Boom. Touchdown. Yep. So that is, and we'll watch this from the tight. So that is the Deshaun Watson film breakdown for week 5. I feel like it was a tale of two halves. He was late and just in general not trusting a lot that he probably should have in there. Part of that's a new offense. I do think this is not the first time in a game where I've noticed that he hasn't had that second gear that I've expected from him. I have to go back and watch some older Deshaun games, and maybe my expectation was never one that was reality for him, but it doesn't look like he's hitting that second gear when he runs. But when he's on time, he's accurate with the ball. I mean, like, he's still, even if he's not 4.35 guy, well, he was never 4.35, but even if he's not going to like bust out here and run like sub 4.5 or something like that anymore, he's still a great passer, still great pocket mechanics, like still very much the great quarterback that you traded for. And I think the second half showed that, hey, when he trusts this offense, when he's not holding the ball a little bit longer, or when he's not getting pressure that's making him not trust what he's seeing, this offense is going to be good. That's what that second half was they were able to protect better, He was able to see things clear, and he was able to make quick, decisive throws. And when that's all together, he's going to look pretty good. But, it's going to take a little bit of time. We'll see where he's at against Pittsburgh, but feel like this is a very, very positive sign.